Here she is in all her glory. Copart special, mangled up real nice. It's definitely gonna need the frame swapped in the front. And that's just what I can see from a quarter mile away. Honestly, guys, I've been wanting to make a Cyber RZR for a long time, but everybody was just doing Cybertruck stuff, you know what I mean? All the creators and everybody was doing that type of stuff. So I didn't want to like jump on the wagon. I feel like it's kind of settled out a little bit now, and nobody did one. So let's see what I can do with it. I've got the Tesla Cyber RZR Cybertruck donor stripped down. Unfortunately, the frame is just totally trashed. This thing hit something very hard in the front and really mangled it up. I started cutting it out, and no matter how far I cut back, it is just still mangled. Look at the freaking tube here. Fortunately, I have a little bit of good news, and I do have another RZR, the upside down RZR, the RZR that was mounted on the wall, the original blue paper chasing RZR. So it is a Turbo S, but it's actually kind of a good thing because I want to put Turbo S suspension on it anyways, make it wider, bigger shocks and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the front off of it. This being a 4-seater, unfortunately, to just take the front end off, it's all the way back here. And on a 2-seater, it's like right here. So I'm going to have to cut this one and weld that one together. Either way, long story short, as far as bad news goes, I mean, this is kind of as good as bad news gets, I guess. That doesn't make sense. But anyways, I've got a lot more work to do. Let's go. Just a normal day at Whiskey Biz compound. Just moving RZRs around with mini excavators, you know. Those of you who are wondering, yes, I am going to sleeve the frame where I cut it and where I attach the new one. I also know that some of you guys are thinking to yourselves, well, a Turbo S, that has a different diff, that has a different steering rack, A-arms, everything. What are you going to do for that? Well, it's actually a really good thing because this thing came with a Turbo S RS1 front diff in it, which is cool. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, I have another one because I have and have had multiple Turbo S's as well as my friends. So I think I have pretty much every single part, shocks, A-arms, racks, everything to be able to put this thing back together, and it'll have the wider stance. It's kind of a win-win, really. Who am I kidding? It would have been a win-win if I'd have bought it at a cheap price and I didn't have to fix any of this stuff. But seeing how I have to look at the glass half full, and is what it is at this point. A little update, went and picked some steel up and got a little bit done on the Cyber RZR. Here you go, check it out. So far, turned out pretty sweet. Got a long way to go. I keep telling myself just rough in the exterior, the shell, the shape of it, and the rest will fly, kind of like a RZR cage does. And I think that's gonna be pretty accurate. But we will find out. But yeah, called it a night tonight. It's turned out pretty cool though. I haven't been filming this build as much as I probably should have. Multiple reasons for that. Number one being, I need to get back onto my King of Hammers build ASAP. So I do not really have the time to be setting up cameras and doing all that type of stuff. Well, setting up iPhones. I film everything on an iPhone, guys. Anyways, I'll show you guys real quick where I'm at with this thing. And it's been a really fun project so far, but I definitely wish I had a little bit more time to do some things a little differently. However, I'm probably gonna keep this one for a little while, so I'll have plenty of time to do stuff in the future. I just flipped the camera around and I have shattered my camera on this phone. So let me grab my other phone. Fine, I'm an idiot. I forgot I also broke the screen on this phone. Do selfie mode and make it work. Anyways, I've got all the bumpers and the fenders off over here, and I'm doing like the bed liner stuff on it, just because the ones that, the real Cybertrucks, they have like a textured kind of plastic. I think that'll kind of give it the kind of look-ish of the Cybertruck. I have sanded down the whole body and everything, and it's not perfect. And of course I would like it to be a little bit more perfect, but guess what? I don't really care because I'm gonna stick this thing in the woods and go ride it and mud it and everything like that. And it's the body will be all damaged up after the first weekend anyway. Moving around here to the back, I have electric cylinders in the back of this that run this this lift gate. I don't know, the Tylenol, I don't know how you spell that word, cover. So that's kind of cool. I'm actually gonna mount some Rockford Fosgate speakers right underneath here. It's gonna be sick. Eventually I'm gonna put a little bed pan in there so I can put a cooler and all that type of stuff. Over here, I haven't got it painted just yet. I am going back and forth on, am I gonna have cylinders like that are electric, that open the doors, or am I gonna have door poppers? I think the cylinders will be kind of a cooler flex, but if I actually do ride it, they're kind of slow. And if you want to get in and out like fairly quick, it's going to be kind of a bitch to hold down that cylinder and wait on it to open. Where the door popper, it opens it right now. So I'm going to play around with both those, see what I like. Oh, and one other thing before I jump back on this thing, I got some of the coolest freaking lights, dude. And I'm not just saying this. This company, Ravic, these lights are so freaking sick. I can't wait till you guys see them on there. It's really going to kind of be the cherry on top of this bad boy. So the Cybertruck, Cyber RZR, whatever you want to call it, is done-ish, okay? It's not 100% complete. Projects like this, are they really ever 100% complete though? Let's be honest. For those of y'all wondering, I do think the Cybertruck is very unique looking. It's pretty cool overall. It's just not for me, man. I'm a country guy, I live in the middle of nowhere. Like charging it and stuff like that isn't really feasible for somebody like me. But a Cybertruck RZR on the other hand, of course we had to do it. Also, one of the big questions I got is what's the interior look like? So I'm gonna show you that next, but first I wanna tell y'all something real quick. The main reason that I can keep fun, unique videos like this coming your all's way is because I have some of the best brands supporting me, such as Super ATV, CW Motorsports. All of these brands that are on my wall behind me, if you see them hung up in my garage, if you see me wearing their brand, videos like this, the lawnmower videos, everything is possible because of those guys. So the Cyber RZR is not 100% complete. A lot of people are asking, how do you get into it? For now, I have it hooked up onto a cable and I just pull the cable and I get in like that for now. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. So yeah, ignore my mess right here for now. But the inside is just a normal RZR, nothing too crazy really. So pretty simple. I do have the windows are stationary for right now. This is kind of like phase 1 of the build, if I'm being honest. I wanted to get it together and drive it, make some videos, have some fun with it. But eventually I do want to put powered windows, at least in the front. Maybe the back as well, but for right now, they're stationary. This side-by-side when I got it had tons of accessories. Pretty much I don't have any of those now. So I don't have the heater mounted yet. This side-by-side came with that little heater in it. I don't have it mounted yet because a friend of mine actually makes a heat and air condition system for RZRs. It's patent pending and stuff like that. He hasn't put it out yet, but he did offer to put it into this Cyber RZR for me, and I think that's pretty cool. So that'll be coming sooner than later. Right here is the switch for the back to make it go up and down. So the rear hatch is powered, which is pretty cool. Pretty slow, but it's still pretty cool. And I'm gonna mount some Rockford Fosgate speakers underneath here, and there's plenty of room for some big coolers down here too. So projects like this, in my opinion, never really end. I have a few odd and end things still to do, but either way, pretty cool. It's well underway, and I do believe it will be at the Off-Road Product Expo in Little Rock coming up in a couple weeks. If any of you guys want to check it out in person, it'll be at the CW Motorsports booth, so swing by and say what's up. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe, y'all. I really appreciate all y'all. Peace.